It's time to explore where you live with Adventure Arkansas. Sponsored by Adventure Subaru.
Can you tell what bird that was?
Those are cowbirds.
Oh, cool.
This week for Adventure Arkansas, we're talking birds and how they're migrating back to our region to nest. We drove the Adventure Subaru to the Janet Huckabee River Valley Nature Center in Fort Smith to learn from a bird migration expert and to talk about how weather affects their journey north.
The weather plays a massive role in bird migration. When there's a nice southerly breeze, the birds will continue on their journey northward, but when there's a north wind, they'll stop and they'll wait until the weather changes.
When we get those north winds like we had over the weekend, that kind of stops the migration, but because most of them are coming up from the south.
The bird garden is active at the Nature Center. You can see several species of birds trying to find a nice treat in the hanging bird feeders.
The River Valley generally is a pretty good place for the birds. Birds are generally pretty site specific. A lot of birds, our migratory birds, will nest in the same area where they nested last year or the year before. Right now we're getting the warblers that have been down in Central and South America are starting to come back.
If you want several birds in your backyard, Anne has a few tips.
The more native plants you have, the more caterpillars you will have, and that's what those birds need for feeding their babies. If you don't have bugs, you don't have birds.
With Adventure Arkansas and covering the birds where you live, I'm 5 News meteorologist Matt Standridge.